All right, check it. The title of this video is going to be called Grow Up. And this is for all my people out there, especially my brothers, my dear brothers. I named this video Grow Up because, oh, by the way, I'm Mr. Gage. I'm 36 years old. I named this video Grow Up because I realized that a lot of us are still childish. Mentally, we're like 13. Physically, we're adults, but we're childish, And I say grow up. And what I mean by grow up, I mean be an adult, be responsible, hold yourself accountable for your actions. Don't blame nobody for your past mistakes or whatever situation you're in right now. Just hold yourself accountable for your actions. Don't blame nobody. You can't blame your mama, you can't blame your daddy, you can't blame your sister, your cousin, your elementary school teacher that said you weren't gonna be nothing. You can't blame nobody, man. Where you're at in this life right now is all your choices, all the choices that you made in the past is the reason you're at where you're at right now. And you can't blame nobody for that. You know what I'm saying? And we all gotta grow up, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize that a lot of us are still childish. Like I said, I'm 36. And I wanna say I grew up about 3 years ago, age 33, I had my spiritual awakening. And that's when like my whole life changed. I realized that like the way we was raised, the way we was taught, especially if you look like me, your skin, my color, whatever. You grew up in the hood, you grew up in the ghetto, like we was raised wrong, you know what I'm saying? And but yeah, we got to grow up. At some point, we got to grow up. And it's sad because I know people that's my age, I know people that's older than me, people in their 40s and their 50s, and they still have this childish mindset within them. And when I say grow up, I mean as a man, my dear brothers, as a man, number one, you should definitely have your own. And when I say own, I mean your own place to stay, a reliable vehicle, a decent place, let's say a decent place to stay, a reliable vehicle, and a steady income. Those are 3 things that you need to have that will consider you grown. Number one, well, this should be number one, is having a relationship with God first and foremost. That should be your number one priority. The Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, because we're nothing without Christ. Nothing at all. And so, but yeah, I realized that a lot of guys out here, man, they're struggling mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. They don't have their own nothing. They don't have their own place to stay. They don't have a vehicle. Majority of them, they don't even have a, they don't even have a, vehicle, a job, or a place to stay. And so, I say that to say this: if you one of those guys, you one of my dear brothers, it's never too late to change. It's never too late to grow up. You know what I'm saying? But you got to want to do it. You gotta want to do it. You gotta want to grow up. You can't be sitting around all day, like I say, blaming everybody for your mistakes, for your life. You're at where you're at because the choices that you made put you in that current situation. So it's gonna take a lot of self-reflecting. You're gonna have to face your demons, all your issues that you went through, your childhood trauma. You're gonna have to face all of that. And trust me, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be painless, but it will be worth it. And you're gonna have to get by yourself. You're not gonna be able to grow up if you got all these people around you. You got this girl over here, you got this guy over there, you got your homeboys, all like you have to get by yourself. You have to isolate yourself. Really have to isolate yourself and do some real deep self-reflecting. That's gonna be the only way. Because if you got too many people in your ear, you got this person giving you advice over here, you got this person telling you what to do, you got this person putting their fears and their insecurities on you, it's not going to work. You're not going to grow. So you're going to have to get alone. And trust me, don't nobody like being alone, but that's the only way. You got to get by yourself, man. Like, don't be scared. You know what I'm saying? Do not fear nothing. You know, do not be afraid for nothing. But you're going to have to get alone. It's going to get scary. Let's go. You're going to have to face some demons, all your insecurities, all your pride, your ego. You're going to have to kill all of that. You know, any addictions that you may have, you may be suffering from, alcohol, drugs, weed, sex. Sex is number one. Fornication. What else? I said the alcohol, the weed, the drugs, porn and masturbation. Oh man. And a lot of us that grew up in our community, we've been introduced that stuff elementary school, middle school, and we failed to realize that porn and masturbation, that has a negative effect on your brain and on your growth and your development. You know, it's to the point where that you view women as objects. You don't even view them as human beings, as women. You know, and you can tell who's addicted to porn and masturbation by the way that they treat women in general, but specifically the girlfriends, the wives. I know plenty of guys, you know, from my past and my present life, addicted to porn, addicted to masturbation, and it's literally ruined their lives. And it's just like any other addiction, you know, addicted drugs, cocaine, weed, marijuana, alcohol. It's just as bad, to the point where too much of anything is bad for you. And if you can't go a day without doing that activity or partaking in these things that you know is no good for you, it's an addiction. And that goes from sex. You know what I'm saying? People that like to have sex every day, all day, something not right in their head. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing wrong with sex unless you're doing it with the right person, the person that, you know, God had assigned for you and your marriage partner. But I know that guys, man, and I ain't gonna lie, you know, I used to be one of those guys. Like I said, it took me some time to grow up, and I finally did it. I used to want to have sex every day, all day, multiple women. You know, I used to have bets for one of my homeboys, how many girls we can get in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way I was raised. You know, the more women you have, that's the more status you got, the more successful you are. But really, it's like, that just lower your status as a man. You know what I'm saying? And we should be saving ourselves for our God-given spouse. You know what I'm saying? And saving ourselves for marriage. And so once I realized that, I was like, man, like we've been fooled. You know, especially in the black community. And I used to wonder why I used to be so drained, so weak, so insecure. Like I used to think I had high confidence and high self-esteem, but behind closed doors, I was really suffering, you know what I'm saying, with my self-esteem. You know, I had pride and ego issues, and that's from intertwining with these different spirits, with these women, these Jezebel spirits, the porn, the lust, the masturbation, the alcohol, the fornication. Like, it was all like, it would literally like kill you. You know what I'm saying? And I had to get by myself to realize what that was doing to my body and my mind and my soul and my spirit. And I had a spiritual awakening to where I didn't go looking for God. I didn't go looking for Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They came to me. They came to me. God took everything away from me. I'm talking about my house, the girl I was with at the time, my kids. Like, everything was just gone. I was literally like by myself. And that's when I realized, like, this is something going on. Like, this is bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta wake up. I gotta grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here. Well, we are not here on this earth just to pay bills and die and have sex with multiple women. And I realized that. I was like, dang, like, something gotta change. You know what I'm saying? So, you gotta grow up. I had to grow up. Like I say, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be painless, but it will be worth it. Like I said, got to get by yourself. You got to get by yourself. Being around large groups of people and all this flexing and like you living this life on social media, it's all fake, man. None of that stuff is real. You know, all these people that you see, these big old groups, they got all these homeboys and homegirls, they all insecure. All this flexing, social media every day, and that's another one. That's the new crack. The new crack, the new drug is social media. People cannot live without social media. I had to get rid of all of my social media accounts. I just got YouTube, like I'm talking to you guys right now. YouTube is pretty much like a university for me. You know what I'm saying? I use it to educate myself, to learn about whatever. Anything that I want to learn about, I go on YouTube. I ain't got time to be liking no girl's pictures with her booty all out, her breasts all out. I'm on Facebook reading people depressing, sad stories, toxic beefs that they with in the neighborhood, and this girl talking to this girl baby daddy, and I'm just like, nah, I don't got time for it. It's all a distraction, and it's really an addiction. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, if you can't go a day without it, that's a real addiction, and you need to check yourself. You got to do something about it. Like I said, I know people who they can't go an hour without checking their phone. Like, they crossing the street on their phone. They're in a restaurant, group of people, they all out, family gathering, they're having dinner, everybody looking down on their phone. That phone will get you in trouble, man. That phone is addictive. That phone and social media is the new drug. I'm telling you, it's the new crack. Put that phone down, man. Put that phone down. Pick you up some books. Self-educate yourself, man. Drink you some water. Get you some exercise. Get you some sun. Get you some good rest. And did I say books? I probably said books already, but books. They say if you want to hide anything from a person, put it in a book. Don't nobody like to read no more. Don't nobody read. Everybody want to watch TV. Everybody on their phone literally doing nothing for hours. When you could be spending those hours learning about yourself, learning about mental health, learning about Christ, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, just learning about stuff that's going to benefit you in your present and in your future life. Because that social media and all that stuff, it ain't doing nothing for us, man. It really ain't. It really ain't. It's really a big old scam, you know, just to keep us distracted from what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? It's all a distraction, you know? So I say that to say this. Put that phone down. Do some self-reflecting. Look yourself in the mirror. Find out what you need to work on. And just grow up, man. Grow up. I just seen on YouTube the other day, a lady in Chicago. She's 29 years old, 6 kids. The mind of a 13-year-old. You know what I'm saying? She's still out. 6 kids. She's still partying every night, hanging out 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, beefing with her baby daddy, beefing with her baby daddy girlfriend. And she ended up getting killed behind that. You know what I'm saying? She ended up getting killed. She ended up losing her life on her birthday. She was out celebrating her birthday, and she ran into her baby daddy in some club, and his girlfriend saw her, and apparently she put her hands on the baby daddy, and the girlfriend saw it. The baby daddy had a gun. He threw the gun to his girlfriend and told her to shoot her, kill that bee, and she did it like a stupid fool. She shot this woman and killed this woman at 5 o'clock in the morning in front of everybody. But I say that to say this: that would never happen if all of them, if they would have grown up, basically. And these was like, they was 29, 30, 35 years old, 40 years old. Why you grown? Like I say, your age don't mean nothing. You grown on the outside, but you're 13 years old mentally. And it's a sad situation because they never grew up. Now both of those families' lives are ruined for the rest of their lives, all because somebody want to make a childish decision. So sit down somewhere, Take some time out for yourself, man. Do some self-reflecting, learn, read you some books, and grow up, man. I'm telling you, my dear brothers, especially my guys out there, man, it ain't about how many hoes you can hit, how many girls you. It ain't about that, bro. I'm telling you, man. It's about peace. It's about love. It's about having patience. It's about having a relationship with your creator. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's really about, man. It's about, financial freedom. It's about just being free. You know what I'm saying? Just be able to go outside and just breathe fresh air and being able to do whatever you want to do. You ain't got to worry about nobody trying to kill you because you ain't in no beef. You ain't in no gang. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You're being smart. You're not hanging out in these places, these treacherous places where these kind of activities go on. You know what I'm saying? You got to be smart, man. Use your brain. You got a brain for a reason. Use it. So, on the other note, I'm going to end this video on that. Grow up. That's the title. That's going to be the title of this video. Grow up, man. My dear brothers, my dear sisters, if you're a female, if you're a woman listening to this, watching this, just grow up, man. Heal from all your past trauma. Like I say, hold yourself accountable for all of your actions. At the end of the day, it's your life. Can't nobody live your life but you. So, grow up. And that's all I got. Y'all take care. God bless. Love y'all. Stay safe. Be safe. My dear brothers, my dear sister. And I'm out.